Hello, my people. Finally, our dear prof has finally reacted to the crisis happening in Rivers State. You guys know that a lot of people have been waiting for him to come and react to the river crisis that was happening. So, according to him, he said that Fubara should be in court now, challenging that decision that Tinubu made. That Tinubu used an over excessive use of power in this particular decision. That Tinubu has no right to suspend Fubara. And guys, before I would like guys to watch that video and hear what Prof. Wole Soyinka said about that, let me show you guys what really happened again in Rivers State. They said breaking news that another pipeline exploded in Rivers State, which is making it 3 pipelines now. A lot of Nigerians are asking what is now going to happen next. Will Tinubu also declare another state of emergency, or is he going to appoint another sole administrator in Rivers State? Because you guys know that the reason why Tinubu said he declared state of emergency in Rivers State was because of the pipeline that exploded. Anyway guys, I'd like guys to watch this video and hear what Wole Soyinka have to say concerning this issue, and hear what Jibril also have to say. These people really exposed Wike and Tinubu. Take a look at this video, guy. I'll be right back.
And I was watching what action will be taken by the House of Assembly, by Senate, and even by the affected politicians in the in Rivers State, whom I expect to be in the court by now, because above the principle, above the president himself, there's the law, and I expect those who are affected to take the primary step. Let me confess that I was surprised at the ease with which this emergency law, that step, was applauded and passed. And then the critical question, even within the powers of a president on a democratic dispensation, there are areas of discretion. And you're quite right to point out this wholesale suspension of everything to government. I think that's an over excessive response within the rights and the powers. We're assuming now, let's say that the president is constitutionally right, but within his powers, there are also areas of discretion. And I think that the wholesale scuttling of the democratic existence in the rivers was excessive. I think it could have been managed much better, much more economically. I think the president did not, it's not sort of curb the extent, he didn't economize on his presidential emergency powers. On that issue, I agree with you absolutely. There's an issue of the Constitution. Is the president's action constitutional? And I hope the affected politicians, governor and representatives, that they test this all the way up so that we get a clearer picture once and for all. Instead of running around in circles from regime to regime, it should be possible by now for one to be able to say confidently that this action is illegal, is unconstitutional, or otherwise. So for now, we can only leave it to the constitutional lawyers to guide us. Now, the next question is it politically wise? In my view, this takes us on a slippery slope. It's not what I would have liked to see happen right now with all our struggle to attain a federal structure. The spirit of it, in my view, is contrary to the spirit of federalism. Now, it's very carefully and deliberately, because this does not vitiate maybe the rightness of the action. It does not establish the wrongness. But with my commitment to a genuine federal structure, when an event like this happens, I say we're back on the slippery slope. And I hope that it is tested all the way, because as I've said, we've been through this before under different regimes. It's either we have a decentralized federalist structure, or we have a quasi-dictatorial, whimsical kind of government which just panders to the political leaning of whoever happens to be in charge at the moment. So that's my take on it. Obviously, I'm going to go deeper and find out just what on earth has been going on in the Rivers State that led to this, what I consider an unfortunate step in our federalist journey.
Also, we've heard from Governor Sim Fubara, who has not been seen since this state of emergency, and he has denied all the allegations leveled against him. Does this exonerate him and indict the federal government? What are your thoughts?
I think it's very clearly a battle that has been going on in Rivers State, where the stakes are very high, and federal forces have coalesced to smash that Governor Fubara. And so far, it appears they have had great success, because all the issues they've canvassed for against him have been granted by various agencies and forces that have intervened in the matter. And even the question of the Supreme Court saying they are not releasing the money, they have not reversed their position, they have not assessed whether this transition has occurred. So how come the money has been released with such fast moves? It means clearly that this is a political game of high stakes, and what we are seeing is the results of a proud winner telling the nation, I've done what I wanted to do.
It's quite interesting you put it that way. Let me even stay on that. The role of all parties concerned in this matter, how salutary would you say both the president himself, Fubara, the suspended governor, Nyesom Wike, who we've been told, I mean, the issue has absolutely nothing to do with him, at least if we're to go by what the Attorney General said in his speech. How would you describe, the role they've played so far that's led to this, before we even talk about the recommendations of the National Assembly?
You see, we need to learn to be honest on this matter. We've seen Wike on television many times saying that this is a war he's engaged in, and he's been reeling off his victories one after the other. 1, 2, 3. So for somebody to say he's not a factor means they're trying to toy with our intelligence. Let's state the facts as we know it. This is a problem that had a clear history that's known to every Nigerian. Fubara was an ally and suppletive of Wike when Wike was governor. He was placed there as somebody to do the bidding of Wike. He became governor and decided to assert his independence. Wike came out on TV and said, obey me or I will smash you. Fubara said, I will not obey you. And then 4 sets of forces acting in unison worked to smash Fubara. First of all, Wike himself made demands. The very first meeting when President Tinubu intervened, they didn't give Fubara an opportunity to say how this thing will be resolved. He was given an agreement where all the demands of Wike were put and none of his demands were there, and told him must sign. He signed, he couldn't implement.
My people, you guys have heard what Prof. Jibril Ibrahim have to say about this issue. He said that Wike and Fubara, the only beef between them is that Wike told Fubara to sign an agreement in the sense that he must obey him. And Fubara said no, that he's not going to obey Wike. And Wike was saying that if you don't obey me, I'm going to smash you. And now, according to what they said was in the paper that Fubara was supposed to sign, that in that paper, it was only all about Wike's demand, that his own demand was not even there, which Fubara could not implement. And that was just all. And now, I feel that the president is supposed to ask these two people what is quarreling both of them and settle them, not declaring state of emergency in Rivers State just to make sure that Fubara gets frustrated. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Let me know your thoughts below. And also, if you know you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and share. So guys, thanks for watching.